Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm just doing a quick Sister Sense tutorial inspired by a question from one of the ladies inside of the Firestarter Circle, Cynthia. Cynthia is trying to upload a document and share that document via her email list. So I'm going to very quickly show you how I get this done via MadMimi so you can have some visuals for yourself. So first and foremost, you have an email list that you've created, right? In your audience, you've created a list, which is great. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to send a document to your audience. So the first thing you should do is actually create a web form, okay? So I am going to hit the Add Web Form button. I'm going to create my form. By default, it shows that you only have email, but I tend to also like to get the first, I almost hit delete. I tend to also like to get the person's first name as well so that I can personalize my email. So I am going to, I'm actually in the middle of doing my Content to Cash Flow Incubator number 2, so I'm just going to use that as the title, Content to Cash Flow. Okay, so I'm basically going to create a form for my community there of the ladies who are participating in my current incubator. So I know that I have to click actually underneath first name. If you want to require the person to write their first name, you have to click on it just as a friendly reminder to you. And then I'm going to make sure that I also use this as the name of my form. So you want to add your form to your list. So I have many segmented lists. I'm going to add my form to a list I call admin, and I'm the only person on that list. It's a great way to make sure that when you're sending out emails to a segmented list, you also are on it so that you can check it. So I'm just going to send it this particular web form to admin only. So I've added my list. You can add on as many lists as you like in this section. Then you have the option to theme your design. So let's see here. Just really quickly, I'm going to use the graphic that I have created for my Content to Cash Flow Incubator. I'm actually showing the ladies how to create graphics, which is very, very cool. If you're curious about that incubator, you can go to ctc.sistersense.com. This is the second one that I'm doing, and I have the replays for the first one available as well. So I tend to have some sort of graphic that I put at the top of my form just to give it some pop. And then I'll add a background color. That usually is, the two things that I do. I keep it relatively simple. But I'm just going to do a little power pause here so I can go and pull the background color. I don't quite remember it off the top of my head. I knew I should, right? I should remember my brand purple, but it's a hexadecimal code. And as I tell you guys, if you personally didn't create your logo, hopefully the person who did can tell you what your brand colors are, just so that you're consistent about using them. So now I've got my background color. And then advanced settings. Advanced settings, I generally will do a few things. One, I'll do single opt-in, which means that once they sign up, that's it. They don't need to get an email in their inbox that confirms them. But I do have them double confirm when they're coming back to the list. So if somebody has unsubscribed, if they want to come back, I want to definitely make sure that they want to be there by resubscribing that confirmation. But then there are two other steps. I'm going to talk about that in just a bit. You do have an activation message that will go out once the person has activated themselves onto the list, okay? You can use that message and you can use something else. But let's take a quick power pause from here. Right now I'm in MadMimi. I've created my form. I can even, if I hit the share button, I can get the link of the form, and then I'm going to open it up in a new page so that you can see what it looks like. So I can basically just give people a link to this form. They'll fill in their email, their first name, and then they're added to this list, right? They're added to this admin list that I've created, okay? So sometimes I'll use this just as a mini landing page in and of itself. But, again, to answer Cynthia's question, she's trying to figure out, well, now that I have this list, how do I give these people an actual document? They signed up and I want them to get a document from me. Okay, so there are different things that you can do. So one, I'm going to power pause here. I'm going to take you over to my blog, Sister Sense, and I'm going to go into the back end area. I'm going to upload a document, okay? So I'm in my back end area. I'm in the dashboard. I'm going to go to Media Library. So my Media Library is where a lot of my stuff is, right? So images, audios, PDFs, all that good stuff, okay? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to upload a document. Okay, I won't sing. I won't drive you crazy with my not so great elevator music. So I'm just going to upload a test document here. Now my PDF document is uploaded onto my website. If I click on the document, it's going to open up a page that gives me the URL. So I want this. I want the URL for where this particular document was uploaded, okay? So if I was to open up another tab, as you can tell, I'm a tabby girl, right, all these tabs. If I was to open up another tab, I could then, which it just did, it downloaded the document onto my computer underneath my downloads folder. So there you'll see that's the new document. Depending upon your computer, it may just automatically open up the document in the browser screen, which it used to do. For some reason now it's just an automatic download. But that's certainly something that you can consider. Just if you, once you get the URL link, you could test it out and see the document open, okay? So now that I have my document, I've uploaded it to my website. Again, I uploaded it to my website and I got the URL. So I can then go back to MadMimi, and I can do an edit activation letter from LaShanda, L. Henry at sense.com. So I can call it the CTZ activation plus goodies. I'm just giving it a random name. I welcome to see the content to cash flow. Oops. Number 2, follow the link below to download your PDF. Put the PDF link in there, say LaShanda Henry, and hit save custom message, okay? So this is the activation message. Once they activate, they're going to get this message in their inbox. Now, that's one way of doing it. I actually don't use the edit activation message as my way of doing it, okay? I wanted to show it to you because it's there. But that's not actually how I do things. What I do is I create a drip campaign. Now, if you don't have MadMimi, whatever email service you use, maybe they call it an email autoresponder, okay? So I will create a drip campaign, and I'm going to do a new drip, and I'm going to call it my CTC test, okay? So then I'm going to tell it what audience to send this drip campaign to, okay? So, again, I'm testing right now, so I'm going to send it just to me. I'm just going to send it to my admin list, okay? Now, remember, this is what happens. You have your list that you've segmented, that you've created for your community. In my case, the list is called admin only. There's only one person in that list. It's me. So when I create my sign-up form, anybody who signs up via that form is going to get added to this list, okay? So that was number 1. Number 2, when I create a drip campaign and connect it to this list, that means that when somebody gets on this list, they will automatically start to get messages that are in this drip campaign. A drip campaign, again, is another word for an autoresponder. So I'm going to choose the gap between my messages. I'll send them a message once every 7 days at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So send the first promotion immediately, yes. So that means the minute somebody signs up to this list, you're going to get that first message from me, okay? So I'm going to create my drip campaign, and I'm going to add my first drip. So again, I like to brand my messages, and I'm talking about the Content to Cash Flow community, so I will use that as my graphic, and I will call this Welcome to Content to Cash Flow. I keep saying CTC, Content to Cash Flow number 2, okay? So then in the message here, I can create first name. So first name in parenthesis, no space. That is how you personalize it. So then the person's first name will be there. So I say first name, welcome. So then it may say LaShanda, welcome, or Cynthia, welcome, depending on the person's first name. So the first name is really just a placeholder. So it says first name, welcome. Thanks for joining. Oops. My circle, click here to download your guide as promised. And then reply back if you have any questions, LaShanda Henry. So then I'm going to select the click here option, and I'm going to select this little thing, this little icon that looks like a link, and I'm going to put in the link to that PDF file. So then I'm going to hit preview, and then I'm going to hit save, and that's it. So now, as opposed to using the activation, again, and I'll go back so you can see it, the activation doesn't allow for much customization. It's pretty simple, and then you kind of have to throw the URL in there. It doesn't look, formatted at all. It's just kind of a simple text response. I tend to like to do something that's more branded, which is why I opt to do the drip campaign and then set it up this way. So if the person were to click on this link, then it's going to open up that PDF for them. So I'm just going to hit continue. I'm going to save it as my CTC welcome test. And the first message, again, is going to go out immediately, and then I'm going to hit continue. It looks good, save it, okay? So my campaign, my test campaign, and if I was to click on this, you'll see what it looks like and a preview. I can hit start to activate the drip campaign, so then it's live. Anybody who's in it will start to get this message, okay? That's if I want to hit start. And then, again, you'll see here's an example of the message they'll get in their inbox with my graphic, which, by the way, inside the Content to Cash Flow Incubator, I'm teaching ladies how to create their own graphics like this, using really low-cost solutions to do so, no-cost, low-cost solutions. So if you haven't already done so, definitely check out the incubator. But, again, at the end of the day, it says, welcome, LaShanda. Thanks for joining. Click here, and they can download the PDF guide, okay? So I'm using a very simple drip campaign. If I wanted to, I could then add more content to this. So I could go in, and I can add another. I'm going to actually just clone this message. I could hit add another drip, but it's going to create a completely new drip. I want to clone the message and do something based on the first one, okay? So I can send them a message, let's say 7 days later, that says, LaShanda, how are you? It's been 7 days since we last spoke. I just want to check in and see if you downloaded your PDF guide. And then the guide link is below. And then reply back to let me know if you have any questions. I would love to know what you thought about this digital download. So then that's done. I built it based on so I can just call this the Content to Cash Flow, and then just call it a quick check-in. And then I can save the message and hit continue. Again, Content to Cash Flow, quick check-in. And then it's going to go out 7 days from the first drip, okay? So you can actually stop here. And this is for Cynthia, but this is for all of you watching this video. You can stop with the first one. You don't have to do any more than that if you just wanted to send them a PDF. But what's great about drip campaigns is that you can send them an autoresponder for as long as you like. So, after 7 days, I just did a quick check-in and said, hey, are you, did you get the download? What did you think? Just kind of want to check in with you, and that just happens automatically, which is why I prefer to use the drip campaign as my autoresponder as a good way to send them or help them download that PDF instead of simply using that edit activation box, okay? So I choose to use that one versus the other one. So that is it. I hope the visual helps. Again, I am definitely a visual girl. So Cynthia and everyone else inside of our little awesome Power Circle Fire Starter community, hopefully you enjoy this video. I certainly have a ton of other trainings that I'm working on right now, so definitely make sure that if you haven't already done so, you head on over to the shop space over on Systems, shop.systems.com. We have the current content to cash flow incubator, the brand to magazine boot camp. This is going to be the second time I'm sharing my custom brand to magazine system with the sisters in the circle, so you can certainly sign up to that. If you sign up to the Brand to Magazine boot camp, you can also get access to our current content to cash flow as a bonus as well. So I don't have that on the space, but it is actually available to you as a bonus if you sign up. And then, of course, we have the upcoming next Firestarter Circle Triple X Success Secrets Workshop, which I'm overly excited about because, of course, over on Sister Sense, every year in January I have my awesome weekend workshop at the Aloft Hotel. And so if you sign up to the Triple X Success Series, you get to hang out with me for 3 days in January so we can talk about the different things that you can do to Triple X your success. This will automatically not only register you for the upcoming 3-day weekend workshop at Chapel Hill, but you will also get access to the Brand Magazine Bootcamp and my current incubator. So it's actually a 3-in-1. When you register for the live event, you'll get access to the virtual trainings as well. But I kind of want to, as I have this opportunity to share with you what's going on right now, I'm just kind of let you know that these are some awesome things that are happening inside of the space as we get ready for the upcoming new year, which will also be the beginning of the new Sweet Retreat series. Yay! You may or may not have heard, but Sweet Retreat, this is not my website. I tend to always have something new and awesome to share with you guys, and not sweetretreats.com, sweetretreats.me. You will see the upcoming events that I have in May of next year. I will be celebrating my 16th year of being an entrepreneur online, and I am inviting 8 highly driven, amazing entrepreneurs to come out and explore the wonderful Montego Bay with me. We're going to be in a luxury resort. It's going to be a luxury retreat, mastermind experience, all in Montego Bay. And so you can register for that as well over at sweetretreats.me. Luxury living mastermind weekend so that we can recharge, we can connect, we can help you redefine your vision and just kind of celebrate the awesomeness of sisterhood and entrepreneurship online. So, wow, I went from training to this is what's going on, but there is always a lot going on Sister Sense, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that. And, of course, if you have any other questions for me, definitely feel free to let me know. Inbox me or just kind of post a comment underneath this video and let me know other types of videos you're either looking for or questions that you have, and I will do my best to answer those for you. Okay? So having an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.